Now, one more step to go, and Ghana will have a substantive Chief Justice after the current CJ, Sophia Akuffo, bows out into retirement. Less than 2 hours ago, President Akufo-Addo nominated Justice Anin Yeboah as the new Chief Justice, pending parliamentary approval. We'll share with you what we know about both the outgoing and the incoming Chief Justices. But first, let's cross over to Parliament, where our correspondent, Kwesi Parker-Wilson, brought that story. He's standing by with some updates. Hello, Parker. Parker, if you do hear me, and I believe you do, you have reported that the Joseph Osei Owusu has referred the letter to the appointment committee. Run us through the processes. What happens next?
Right, that's correct. Gifty, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, just some few minutes ago, announced that the President, in consultation with the Council of State, has decided to nominate Justice Anin Yeboah to succeed the current Chief Justice of Sophia Akuffo. And I'm sure you know that the Chief Justice, in just about 8 days, would be going on retirement. In fact, according to the letter, it's going to be on her 70th birthday. And as a result of dealing with the vacuum it's going to create, the President is hoping that the appointment committee or the vetting committee will expedite the vetting of his nominee so that he can quickly fill that void there. So the Speaker then referred the letter to the appointment committee and tasked them to work on it and schedule a date for the vetting of the nominee within the person of Justice Anin Yeboah. And again, we are made to understand that he has been on the apex court or the Supreme Court for 11 years. And prior to that, he also served as a High Court judge for 5 years before going to the Supreme Court. So clearly, he's competent enough to man his new role. So we are hoping that the members of the vetting committee or the appointment committee will communicate to the media as to when they would invite the nominee, the present nominee, just Anin Yeboah, before them for vetting.
Well, Parker, whilst I have you on the line, I'm going to quickly go through his profile, what we know about him so far. But I want to find out, I'm curious, what are members of Parliament saying about this nomination?
Well, now, fortunately for us, we have the Attorney General herself, Madam Gloria Akuffo, in Parliament today. But she was here to support the approval of the 136 budgetary allocation to her ministry. And so she worked out a few minutes ago. But I had the opportunity to interact with him to find out from him what she makes of the president's nominee. And for her, she believes that this is a good choice. She has followed the career of Justice Anin Yeboah for a very long time. And according to the Attorney General, Justice Yeboah really understands the term. In fact, the way she used was that he has a deeper appreciation of the judiciary. So clearly, as the President has appointed them, he's hoping that the appointment committee will do what is right to quickly approve his nomination so that he can quickly take over from the Chief Justice who is yet to retire.
So that is for the Attorney General. I'm not quite sure if you've had that interaction as yet, but let's start with the minority in Parliament. Do they say anything? Hello, Parker.
Yeah, hello, Gifty, I'm here.
Right. I'm asking if the minority in Parliament has given you any reaction to this nomination.
Oh, not at all. We're expecting the minority leader, Haruna Iddrisu, who is in the chamber and was in the chamber at the time the communication came, to probably say a word or two, but he hasn't done yet. We are hoping that he will do that. And of course, with some of the minority members that I spoke to, they said they told me that they just got information. And of course, very soon they'll speak to JoyNews. And if they do, we'll update our viewers on that.
Very well. And I'm supposing, based on what you've just told me, that the majority hasn't given you any reaction to that either.
Exactly. Both sides have not yet given any reaction to the nomination yet.
Hang on, Parker. I'll come to you for maybe the demeanor of some of these parliamentarians when they heard the news. But let me go through for you, for our viewers. a brief information that we have on the newly nominated or the nominated Chief Justice. So Justice Anin Yeboah is currently the 4th longest serving justice of the Supreme Court. He is a graduate of the Ghana School of Law. He's actually graduated since 1981. And he was appointed to the Supreme Court by President John Akuffo in June 2008. Now, prior to that, he has served as a justice of the High Court, like Parker just rightly said, for 5 years. That is from 2002 to 2003, and a justice of the Court of Appeal from 2003 to 2008. Now, apart from being a Supreme Court justice, Justice Anin Yeboah is also a part-time lecturer in civil procedure and the Ghana legal system at the Ghana School of Law. Justice Anin Yeboah's name is also associated with football, and that's a very interesting part, and certainly football lovers and almost the entire Ghana is, football. Hopefully they will have some reactions to that as well. In May 2017, he was appointed the chairman of the Disciplinary Committee of the Federation of International Football Associations, that's FIFA. He also served as the chairman of the Appeals Committee of Ghana's Football Association from 2004 to 2008. Quite an interesting history or background he has there, and a stint with football, and then the number of years that he's had on the bench or on the Ghana bar. Parker, certainly they may not speak to you officially and give you their official response, but you will certainly learn something from their demeanor. Parker, are you there? Okay, it looks like we've lost Kwesi Parker Wilson there. But who is Justice Anin Yeboah going to take over from? Should his appointment or his nomination be confirmed by Parliament? As you heard, Parker, he's gone through what has to happen. This letter has been referred to the Appointments Committee. There's going to have to be vetting, and after that, he may or may not be confirmed. Well, people will argue that with the majority, the executive having a hand on the majority in Parliament is more like a done deal, probably rubber stamp, they will say. But we don't know that yet. That will happen in Parliament when that vetting goes through. But he will be taking over from a woman, an astute lawyer herself, who has been at the Apex Court for a very long time. Let's go through the profile of Justice Sophia Akuffo, who is bowing out, like Parker said, in 7 days. Now, her full name is Sophia Akuffo Abna Buafua Akuffo. She was born on the 20th of December 1949, so she's turning 70, and she's the Chief Justice as we speak. She has been a judge of the Supreme Court of Ghana since 1995. Akuffo trained as a lawyer under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is currently the president of Ghana. She has a master's degree in law from Harvard University. Madam Akuffo has also been a member of the governing committee of the Commonwealth Judicial Education Institute, and also the chairperson of the Alternative Dispute Resolution Task Force. In January 2006, she was elected one of the first judges of the African Court on Human and People's Court on Human and People's Rights. Initially, she was elected for 2 years. She was subsequently re-elected until 2014, and she also served as vice president and president of the court. Madam Akuffo wrote the Application of Information and Communication Technology in the Judicial Process, the Ghanaian Experience, which is a presentation to the African Judicial Network, Ghana, in 2002. She was nominated as Chief Justice on 11th of May 2017 by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, which was, of course, also just like we're experiencing now, subject to parliamentary approval. Subsequently, she was sworn in by the president on the 19th of June 2017, and she was the 13th Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. So Justice Anin Yeboah then happens to be the 14th. But before that, Madam Akuffo also took over from another woman. This time, we're going back to the mills. Well, another woman who is also within the same industry, I should say, has also been commenting on this nomination. Parker told us what the Attorney General has said. We can listen to her now.
I think it's a good pick. I happen to know Justice Anin Yeboah not only as a private legal practitioner, I practically grew up with him. We were mates from first year, and I have followed his career with interest. He is not only strong on the law, I think also that his morals are strong. I think he has worked long enough to be familiar with the turf in terms of, if you like, the challenges, especially when you take the School of Law, for example, the challenges are there. And I think he would continue with whatever foundations have been laid by the outgoing predecessor. And I can only wish him well.
So now you know who your potential Chief Justice is. You know who he's taking over from. And you've heard what your Attorney General has to say about her. We'll wait for some more analysis as and when we go. But let's hear what your thoughts are. What do you think of this nomination? What do you think about this person? What do you think about the fact that Madam Akuffo is bowing out? In fact, she's had a thing with the Ghana School of Law. There's been a lot of back and forth about her stance on legal education. Send us your messages on 0540-109009. That's 0540-109009.